heard a news story this week talking about mental health in the coronavirus pandemic and discussing a significant increase in anxiety and a threefold increase from this time last year of reported feelings of depression in a recent study. And I couldn't help but think that with everything we're experiencing and the shifts that we've had to make in how we live our lives, some feeling of confusion and anxiety, even some feeling of sadness and depression, kind of makes sense. That there's a much worse mental health concern when our emotions don't match our reality and we can't manage our emotions. As we struggle together through very difficult times, it's reasonable, I think, that we would be managing some difficult emotions and that we would feel some anxiety and that we would feel some isolation and that we would feel some very significant sadness. One of the questions that I ask myself as we read our scriptures this week is how do we live now? The gospel is very much on community life and it's on the challenges and struggles of community life. And any other year, I would be tempted to talk about facing those challenges, facing the challenges of family, facing the challenges of parish, of community, of city, with all of the tension that dealing with other people involves and requires. But my heart this week just wishes we could be back together. Wishes that we could all connect. Wishes that we could take off our face masks and see one another's faces. That we could reach out to those who are most isolated without fear that we would hurt or even kill those who need to be protected. Like these are difficult times to be community. And yet, I think our scriptures today invite us to be community, to find ways to pray together, to find ways to be the body of Christ together, to show God's love to the world, like concretely now. And I remember when all of this started, like we did so many things, like we had to do something to show that we still cared. And I wonder if as the months have gone on, we haven't gotten a little tired. And if as the months have gone on, we've allowed ourselves to slip into some less connected patterns in life. It's easier not to be in community. But it's very important for our mental health. It's very important for our sense of joy and peace because we're built to love, not to be an island. And so maybe some of the social constraints, the expectations, the norms around living in community have largely faded away. Maybe they'll come back one day. Maybe we'll have to rebuild them. I don't know. But I'd suggest that we might want to find community now. For some, that means that we come together with caution and respect, but that we find ways to be in each other's presence. And for others, that's still not possible, but that we make the effort to connect. That we're still allowed to talk on the phone, that we're still, and we should spend time and energy, because time and energy is love, sharing our love with grandparents, with parents, reaching out across our families and across our community, knowing who might be isolated and finding some way to reach out to them. I offer that not as a challenge, but as a hope. That our community, specifically our new parish community that was born in the middle of this virus, Mary Mother of the Church Catholic Parish, can be, in these months and over the next years and for our lives, can be a place of community, a place of love, a place of support. And I used to say this when this all began, and I had backed away from it, maybe because people took advantage, took me up on my offer. But it's a sincere offer. If you find yourself isolated, if you need someone to talk to, call. And I place my number. It's our parish number, but it rings on my cell phone. And I would be happy to take your call and to be connected with you personally. And my real work over these months will be to help us connect with each other and to know in community the Father's love and to gather 3 or more so that we can ask the Father and he can give us all that our world needs. I thank you, and please do. I'll put the number on the screen. Feel free to call if I can do anything to help you. May God bless you this week.